True love is the sweetest thing, but love that's not returned can go sour.
Let me in!
At times, it's best to walk away.
Just get away from me!
But sometimes you should run. In the Connecticut capital of Hartford in 1990, love hurts.
You okay? It doesn't hurt as much as I thought. Maybe we should just forget the whole idea. It's too late now.
Gloria Rivera makes a commitment to her partner, Lucy Cruz, that will last forever.
It was a big step. Gloria had her name tattooed on her body. That's a sign of devotion and loyalty to me.
Hey, I got you something.
Gloria has engraved her name on a necklace.
Oh, it's amazing.
So Lucy can also wear a reminder of their love.
Gloria was relatively young when this all happened.
I liked it. Thank you. It's beautiful.
At 22, Gloria is 13 years younger than Lucy.
Thanks.
Lucy was significantly older, and she, I think, was in this for life.
Hey, I'm working here.
The sun rose and the sun set on Gloria for Lucy.
But public symbols of their love don't dispel private doubts.
Ow! Oh, dang. That's sore. Get used to it, babe. Oh, love hurts.
Gloria, it seemed, wanted someone to provide for her.
You know tattoos are forever, right? They have laser removal these days.
And that's what she found in Lucy.
I love you. Do you know that?
Lucy was not only her lover, but her caretaker and more like a parent.
Yes, babe, I know.
Gloria is hiding a secret yearning.
Gloria was seeing men. Lucy was probably well aware of it.
Did you have a good night with him? What the hell? Why are you sitting in the dark? Waiting for you?
Got to be too much for Lucy.
It's 3 a.m. Where have you been? I'm going to bed. I'm tired. From now on, you get home by midnight.
The late-night liaisons are becoming more frequent.
You can't tell me what to do. Who do you think you are? You can't just come in here at any hour.
She cannot believe after 3 years, Gloria wants to start dating men.
Then Gloria drops a bombshell.
One day, Gloria just got up and said, I don't want to be with you anymore.
Is this mine or yours? You can have it.
Lucy realizes the fantasy of her and Gloria together forever had been broken.
Down goes. It's just a stupid fight. It's not the fight. I want more than this.
Gloria was experimenting and it didn't work out.
I want a husband. I want children, a family.
My biological clock is ticking. I want to have children.
Sorry.
Lucy just can't believe this is happening. We're talking a scorned woman here. Gloria kind of just brushed this off as, this is over. But for Lucy, it was just beginning, really.
It's a hopeful beginning in Berkshire, England in 1998 for Rena and Paul Salmon as they settle in to their new home.
Guess, little monkeys.
The family of four's comfortable new lifestyle is thanks to Paul's success as an IT consultant.
Life was good. Paul was making good money. They lived in a beautiful home.
They're soon entertaining their new neighbors, Keith Rodriguez and his wife, Lorna. Rena and Lorna hit it off immediately.
So, beer? Wine? Yeah.
Sounds good.
Lorna is a bubbly, sociable person with her own business in an affluent part of London.
They seemed to share the same values, the same interests. They laughed at the same things.
They all hit it off very well. Spent a lot of time together, went out to dinner, went on vacations together.
But this perfect life that Rena seemed to have was really a charade.
Despite the fact that on the surface, everything looked great, Rena started suffering from depression.
With Paul away on business and the kids at boarding school, Rena takes to her bedroom.
She was suffering from appalling back pains. She was binge eating, and she had a host of other ailments.
She would drink too much on occasion. She was very unhappy. She would take antidepressants. Certainly, her mental health was very precarious.
Rita?
Paul often arrives home to chaos.
I thought things were getting better.
Well, how can they be when you're never here?
I'm working for us, okay, and the children.
Rena and Paul's relationship was falling apart for a long time.
You wouldn't leave me! You wouldn't dare!
Rena turns to her new friend, Lorna.
Is everything all right, love? Honestly, no. It's Paul.
When you're in an unhappy marriage, the thing that can keep you going is a very good friend, is a close friend, is a confidant, a soulmate.
He's always on at me, no? Rena, stop sleeping so much. Rena, stop eating so much. I had no idea.
Any consolation, Keith and I have troubles too.
Really?
Rena takes comfort from Lorna's advice. But nothing changes.
Rena, we need to talk. We're not happy, Rena.
What are you trying to say?
It's over, Rena.
When he ultimately rejected her, she felt that it had all been for nothing, that she'd humiliated herself, and she did have a very strong fear of rejection.
If you leave me, I'll make you regret it.
I've made my decision.
Staying in a loveless marriage is a good way to get trapped. And what happens to people when they feel trapped? Nothing good.
In Connecticut, Gloria Rivera has made her escape from ex-lover Lucy Cruz. But she doesn't go far enough.
It's okay, Renzo. Hi, Lucy.
She moved out, but she stayed in the same apartment building.
I'm sure that was very difficult for Lucy.
Can't we just work this out?
There's nothing to work out. I want something that you can't give me.
She begins this kind of campaign to change Gloria's mind, and she starts kind of stalking her.
We can adopt, or there's IVF, there's other options.
It's over, Lucy, please. Just leave me alone.
Please, come back to me. Please, we can make it work. Please, please, please.
You're making a fool of yourself.
Lucy is absolutely out of her mind.
She becomes desperate and obsessive.
She was stalking her and keeping an eye on her. I think it was building and building and building.
She snapped.
Gloria!
She had a razor blade. And she told Gloria, she said, listen,
Come with me, I want to talk to you.
There's nothing to say. Look, I'm running late.
You got a hot date? Who is he? Listen to me. If I can't have you, so help me, nobody will. If you get pregnant, I'm gonna cut that baby right out of you.
I'll cut them out of you or I'll kill them. And that was pretty graphic.
Then I'm gonna kill you.
I mean, this is jealousy at its worst.
Get away from me. Don't come near me ever again.
Lucy finally accepts that Gloria will never come back. But that doesn't mean she's prepared to let her go.
Jealousy can be a very violent emotion for some. And here we see it really at its breaking point. Lucy just could not picture Gloria with anybody else but her. And this really drove her to a point of no return.
On September 3rd, 1993, Lucy plans a final confrontation.
You know, you don't put a weapon in your pocket and head out the door to confront somebody unless you plan on using it.
Hey, Jose, any of you guys seen Gloria?
Just leave her be, Lucy.
I thought she might like this. Oh, come on, Lucy. Oh, she doesn't turn up, I guess I'll just have to smash it.
Lucy uses the necklace Gloria gave her to make a public declaration.
Or toss it down the sewer.
Please, don't do that.
Why? It's what you did to me.
I'm gonna break it like I'm gonna break her.
I guess symbolism of breaking the relationship. It was symbolic that this was it.
Lucy has given up all hope that Gloria will come back to her.
This is where the rage has taken over for her, and it's driving her.
Rena Salmon still hopes to save her relationship with the help and support of her best friend, Lorna Stewart.
You would not be able to interest you in that. I hope not. Do you think we can work it out? It's just going through a phase. And then do.
But Rena's husband, Paul, also turns to Lorna for advice.
Yeah, I wanted it to work. I tried. No, I did. I really tried. She just...
I had no idea it was so bad.
Yeah.
Then, in a bizarre twist, Paul becomes interested in Lorna.
Would you, want to go for a drink? I could really use one.
Sure. Why not?
It's almost as if Paul believed that Lorna knew the secrets of his broken marriage, and that made her someone he could be more intimate with.
And just like that, Lorna is sleeping with the enemy. The pair begin a steamy affair.
You make it very hard for me to behave myself.
Their affair was an absolute classic. It was a cliche. They would go to hotels, making up excuses to their spouses as to where they were. They really took risks.
This can wait.
After 3 months, Rena discovers the double-barreled betrayal by her husband and her best friend.
Rena, what are you doing?
What you drove me to do.
That's...
I know about Lorna.
Her best friend, in whom she confided about her unhappy relationship, had betrayed her so profoundly.
She was my best friend. How could you?
You're gonna wake the kids.
Why do you care?
Rena went into complete meltdown.
At that point, Rena should have been hospitalized.
But Rena doesn't want help. She wants revenge.
Let me in! Lorna, let me in! Let me in! Now you can see what type of man your father is.
You didn't need to bring the kids into this.
Rena had so lost touch of reality that she didn't even think twice about involving her children in this toxic separation scenario.
Dragging them over to Lorna's and pointing at her and saying, "This is the woman that ruined our marriage."
Rena, stop. Rena, stop it. No!
Rena attacks Paul with her car keys.
She doesn't have an off switch anymore. She can only think of one thing, and that's her husband's betrayal.
Lorna's husband, Keith, moves out, and Paul moves in. They even start trying for a baby.
They could have felt a kick.
Rena probably hoped that Paul would eventually come back. But when she found out he was going to be having children with Lorna, that meant the fantasy wasn't going to happen. And Rena couldn't take it.
Her mental health was really spiraling downwards, and it was almost too much to bear.
Rena's behavior becomes even more disturbing. She hires a locksmith to open a gun cabinet Paul had secured before he left.
Rena was a time bomb ticking away. She was ready to snap at any moment.
In Hartford, Connecticut, Lucy Cruz has also reached breaking point. She orchestrates a final confrontation
Don't do that. Why? It's what you did to me.
with her ex-girlfriend, Gloria Rivares.
I think Gloria thought that this would all simmer down and it would eventually sort itself out.
For Lucy, that's not possible.
Lucy steps back, whips out her handgun in front of all these people, fires right at Gloria.
I think it was two, right to the torso. It was close range, and that was it.
All these witnesses, they hear Lucy scream, "That'll teach you." She gets into her car and she takes off.
Lucy! What have you done?
Lucy goes on the run for a week, then surrenders herself to the police.
Hi there. Can I help you, ma'am?
I think so. I'm Lucy Cruz.
But she claims to know nothing about Gloria's murder.
I believe her, and the doctor believed her.
It's the defense that Lucy's attorney, William Gerace, argues in court.
She was in a fugue state. She was just blank. Doctors have told me that it's a complete break, a psychotic break.
And then you produced a handgun and you shot Gloria in the chest.
She was another person at that moment.
If you say so. You really don't remember shooting down your ex-lover in cold blood?
I told you. First I knew of it is when I saw it on TV the next day.
She didn't know that she was the killer until she saw it on TV.
But one important detail doesn't fit Lucy's story. Her final words to her dying victim.
That'll teach you. That to me says, right there, she knew exactly what she was doing.
In 1994, a jury agrees. Lucy Cruz is sentenced to 35 years for murder. In 2017, she's released on parole after serving 22 years.
She's the one who pulled the trigger, nobody else. Whether she remembers it or not is really beside the point. That is what she did. And that's called murder. That's premeditated, cold-blooded murder.
Rena Salmon's plans for Lorna Stewart are equally premeditated on September 10, 2002.
When she finally decided the time was right to do it, you'd think she was getting ready for a big social event. She gets her best clothes and jewelry on.
Rena then heads to the beauty salon, but she's not here for a cut and color.
Hi, Lola.
Everything to her is mapped out, in a sense, in her head.
Hey, Serena.
And Rena believes not only that she is right, but that she has the right to do what she's about to do.
Please, Tony. He's not worth it.
They were her last words.
Rena is unaware that Lorna is 2 months pregnant.
2 women lost their lives that day. Lorna was murdered. And Rena, of course, knew that her life was over with.
Rena sits down, gets out a packet of cigarettes, starts smoking. This is part of the normalness of that day for her.
She then texted Paul, and she told him that she'd shot and killed Lorna.
She was at the mountaintop at this point. The deed was done. Lorna was no longer around. She would not be having Paul's babies, and that's why she didn't run away. It's like, okay, take me. It's over.
In 2003, Rena Salmon is convicted of murder and sentenced to life with a minimum parole period of 14 years. She is released in 2016.
The vast majority of people serving time in prison for murder are not dangerous. They had someone that they believed they needed to kill for whatever reason, and they will never kill again. Rena might be one of those people.
It's called a breakup because it's broken.
Stop!
But that doesn't always mean the flame is out. When an ex-lover finds someone new, it can unleash a hidden demon.
Easy. Why should I?
The stalker.
No!
Salt Lake City, Utah in 2015. 29-year-old high school teacher Chelsea Cook has waited all her life for motherhood. Now it's come with a double helping, twins.
From the beginning, Chelsea wanted to be a mother. She loved children, and that passion started young. Chelsea started with babysitting and moved into education when she became a high school teacher.
Oh my God, these are so tiny. Look at these.
Husband Travis, her college sweetheart, is equally excited.
Chelsea and Travis were so anxious to get married, they didn't even wait until graduation. They married before.
Can't believe I'm finally gonna be a mom.
You were born to be a mom.
But just 2 years later, motherhood has lost its luster. And the challenge of raising twins has reawakened old demons.
What'd you throw that away for?
It's covered in germs.
Chelsea struggled a lot with mental health growing up, including depression and eating disorders and OCD.
Oh, give me a break.
I'm trying to keep our children safe.
Someone with anorexia frequently feels the world is out of their reach. Chaos, anxiety.
Go watch TV, go on. Give you some minute. Go watch TV, okay?
And the only thing they can control in their life is what goes in their mouth.
Have you eaten today?
So they stop eating.
I don't have time.
Come on, I'll make you a sandwich.
No, I don't want one.
You gotta eat.
Travis recognizes the red flags. He's been there for Chelsea before and knows what's to come.
What? What now?
I can't do this anymore.
Troubles were festering, and Chelsea and Travis grew further and further apart.
I can't do it.
When the kids were only 2 years old, Travis filed for divorce, and it really threw Chelsea for a loop.
With her history of mental illness, she fears she'll be denied shared custody.
She became increasingly worried that the kids would be taken from her.
I want to see my kids.
She was anxious, depressed.
Well, wake them up.
She just wasn't the same person.
I want to see my kids.
But Chelsea believes all her problems will be solved if she can just reunite her family.
You need more fire in that dragon.
No?
All Chelsea wanted was to get Travis back, and she figured she had a chance until someone else entered the picture.
26-year-old Lisa Williams is the new woman in Travis's life.
Anyone want some cookies?
Yeah!
Oh, yeah, me too. Yeah.
Lisa was a sweet, kind, caring young woman.
When she met Travis Cook, she fell in love.
Is it good?
Yeah. I can have one more later.
Oh.
It's another blow for Chelsea.
When Travis started dating again, Chelsea became unhinged.
Divorce can be devastating. But for some, it means freedom. Teresa Petto is looking for a fresh start at her 2007 school reunion in Michigan.
She had been married and divorced. She was a mom and had 2 children.
Teresa.
Brent.
Her old friend, Brent Kick, could be the new beginning Teresa is looking for.
Better be careful. Don't want your husband to hear.
What husband? What about your wife?
What wife?
Brent is not only available, he's an attractive proposition.
Brent is successful with a company here in Kalamazoo.
The vice president for the graphics and printing company.
How about a nightcap?
Or 2?
A steady provider is just what single mom Teresa needs.
I missed you.
They start seeing each other regularly.
Where are the kids?
Oh, it's just us tonight.
But neither seems prepared to take the next step.
They weren't married, they weren't living together.
Tonight we celebrate.
Yeah? What?
Until their relationship takes a surprising turn.
I'm pregnant.
Are you serious?
Teresa assumes the pregnancy will mean a more permanent commitment from Brent.
So where are we going to live?
Sorry?
With the baby.
I don't want to lie to you. I don't want to live together.
It's not what Teresa wants to hear.
Go! Go!
In June 2011, Teresa gives birth to a baby girl.
Hello?
I'm in here.
Brent doesn't move in, but he's a proud father, and he pays the bills.
Looking good.
I'm exhausted. She keeps me up all night.
But the joy of their love child is short-lived.
The daughter was 3 weeks old when she passed away.
Teresa was in bed, and her children woke her up. Something was wrong with the baby.
Please help me. I don't know what to do. My baby is blue.
It was determined that she had suffered skull fractures. The death was considered suspicious.
Teresa can offer no explanation for the injuries.
What happened?
I don't know. I don't know.
Chelsea Cook fears losing her children too, but in a different way. To Lisa Williams, the new woman her ex-husband Travis has brought into their lives.
Chelsea couldn't abide by the fact that Lisa was filling a role in Travis's life and in the children's life.
Chelsea saw Lisa as the obstacle, the only obstacle to getting back with Travis and being a full-time mother to their kids.
Had a good day? Yeah, no?
But Chelsea's desperation is her undoing.
My babies.
Nothing was going to stop her.
What are you doing?
Why is that tarp here?
Chelsea starts throwing out nasty insults about Lisa.
Look, don't do this in front of the kids, okay? Can't be here. You gotta go.
Travis told her to just cut it out. You know, he wasn't having any more of it. Chelsea grabbed Travis, and in the altercation, he ended up falling down a flight of stairs.
The children see the whole ugly encounter.
She attacked their father in front of them.
Chelsea was charged with domestic violence in the presence of a child.
There was no way she was going to get custody of her children.
Teresa Petto is also dealing with the loss of a child, the mystery death of her newborn daughter. On top of her grief, police suspect she may be responsible.
That kind of suspicious death, the police are going to first look at the people around the child. In this case, that was Teresa.
No charges are laid, but the investigation remains open.
After the baby's death, she had gone into this horrible black hole of grief and just could not seem to snap out of it.
And that became too much for Brent Kick to deal with.
Where have you been?
I said I'd be an hour.
Do you have any idea what I've been through?
You're not the only one.
But I need you here with me.
He had just had enough.
Teresa.
I need you with me. What?
I need some space.
He returned the portion of the daughter's ashes that he had at his home in an urn. He had returned those to Teresa as kind of a finalization of the relationship.
Brent moves on quickly and starts seeing Rachel Drafta, a work colleague almost 20 years younger than Teresa.
Rachel was a beautiful young woman. She was bubbly. She had a big smile.
Teresa saw Rachel as a competitor. She was successful. She was bright, attractive, smart, athletic.
Teresa was devastated and extremely jealous.
But Teresa's not giving up the love of her life without a fight.
I think she did have that hope that maybe she could get Brent back, but standing in the way of that was Rachel.
Teresa becomes a stalker.
She would be going past Brent's house at all hours
to try to get timetables as to when Brent was spending the night with Rachel.
Teresa's friends are alarmed by her obsessive behavior.
Hey, go easy.
Why should I? I've lost everything. Yep. She's sleeping in my bed.
This woman was sleeping in her bed, and this woman was staying at her house.
For your own sake, move on.
I wish I could.
She was like a dog on a bone. She couldn't give it up.
But I love him.
She saw Brent as her future, and Rachel was in the way of that.
If things were not going to go her way, she was going to make them go her way.
Teresa begins to formulate a plan to remove Rachel from the equation.
Teresa had started writing herself notes.
They're pretty frightening. They were itemized lists of what she should purchase to accomplish a kidnapping and murder.
She bought duct tape, she bought a machete, kitchen knives, trash bags, a bed sheet.
Had extra ammunition, had rubber gloves.
Zip ties in order to be able to secure Rachel's hands and feet. The degree of preparation in this case really sets it apart.
The ultimate plan was to kill Rachel.
She wanted Brent. She had to get rid of Rachel in order to make that happen.
Hey!
Chelsea Cook also sees someone standing in the way of her happiness. Travis's new girlfriend, Lisa Williams, is living the life that should be hers.
She became convinced that Travis and Lisa were trying to take her children from her.
Is that good?
That looks great.
Like that? Want to know? Is it up here?
On November 25th, 2018, Chelsea chooses an unlikely setting for her final confrontation.
They were making Christmas decorations for the tree. Handmade decorations. It doesn't get much more wholesome.
Travis is surprised to get a text from Chelsea.
She said she needed to come by and bring some cold medicine for one of the kids.
She texted Travis to let him know that she was waiting in the parking lot to drop it off.
Okay, okay?
Okay.
Travis leaves the apartment. He doesn't lock the door behind him because he's going to be right back.
When he was gone, Lisa was in there with the kids. Chelsea went in.
Hey, kids. Mommy's home.
Come here. Come to mommy. Mommy.
What are you doing here? You can't be here. You gotta go.
He sees Chelsea there and tells her to leave.
Chelsea, now.
She gets up from where she's sitting by the kids. And goes into the bathroom and locks the door.
Yeah, no, I need the police here now. Yes.
Desperate, Travis calls the police.
She's still here, yeah.
Chelsea comes out of the bathroom. She heads straight for her coat. Travis goes, "Phew, this is good." She's gonna grab her coat and leave.
Chelsea grabs a gun from her coat.
No!
And fires 3 shots. All 3 shots strike Lisa.
There, you the gun!
The first bullet went into her chest cavity and her heart. Very rarely can anyone survive such a wound.
It's horrible to think that children that age had to witness such violence.
Yeah, I need an ambulance here now. So my girlfriend, she's been shot. She's been shot 3 times.
Travis goes over to tend to Lisa.
Yeah, no, and now. I need her now. She's dying.
But then he sees Chelsea going for her coat again.
It's okay.
And he goes, oh my God, what if she's got another gun in that coat? So he grabs her and pins her up against the wall to wait for the arrival of the police.
Kids, go to the bathroom now. Lock the door.
When the police arrive, Lisa is clinging to life, but she can't be saved.
Lisa was killed because she fell in love. That was it.
In 2020, Chelsea Cook pleads guilty to 7 charges, including aggravated murder, but never shows remorse.
It's almost as if Chelsea thinks she did the right thing and is pleased with what she's done.
She is sentenced to 34 years to life, and the judge expressly forbids any contact with her children.
Chelsea was primed and ready to commit violence to protect what she thought was hers. You can't just ignore red flags and think time will heal all wounds. Because honestly, time never heals a wound. It just builds a thicker scar.
Teresa Petto still bears the scars of losing her newborn daughter. On the 4th anniversary of her baby's death, June 24th, 2015, she sets her plan in motion.
Something that's as unpredictable as murder, it just doesn't go according to plan. She thought that when she confronted Rachel with a gun, that Rachel would just do what she said. Rachel didn't.
Hey! Rachel was coming outside to head to work around 7:20 in the morning. Teresa walked up to her in the driveway.
You know who I am.
I don't want to talk to you.
You're gonna talk to me. Who are you calling? You gotta talk to me. Give me your phone.
That
Give me your
woman
phone.
is here. What are you doing?
Rachel turned her back on Teresa and called Brent.
Hey, Rachel.
Give me the phone.
Brent?
Are you okay?
Now it's a matter of she's not doing what I thought she was going to do, and the plan unravels right there.
She was shot at close range in the back of the head.
Rachel!
Brent was on the phone when Rachel got shot.
Neighbors witness the shooting and call police, who are quickly on the scene.
29213, 18th Avenue South.
There she is.
Teresa was within 200 yards of where she shot Rachel.
Get down on the ground!
And when they search Teresa's car, they know they have their killer.
The evidence in Teresa's car was huge. She had duct tape, she had zip ties, she had weapons, and she had handwritten notes to herself about the murder.
She planned it, she believed it, she thought she could do it and get away with it, and that makes her extremely dangerous.
In the end, Teresa's meticulous plan for the perfect murder provides the evidence to convict her.
Immediately after this happened, she said she's dead, and I'm glad she's dead.
In 2016, Teresa Petto pleads guilty to felony murder. She is sentenced to life imprisonment with no possibility of parole. In light of the murder, police reinvestigate the suspicious death of Teresa and Brent's love child.
The detectives came to interview Teresa while she was in custody on our charges.
Teresa was a suspect in that infant's death.
But the mystery will remain unsolved. Teresa takes the secret to her grave at the age of 50.
Teresa planned to kidnap and execute Rachel, and she planned it not only in her mind, she wrote herself a murder guide on Post-it notes, and I have never seen anything like that in my career before.